Nigeria. ACNN, reaching the world with the undiluted Word of God.
Good morning, esteemed viewers, and welcome to the first edition of the newspaper review for this week, which happens to be the Holy Week. Coming to you live from the Anglican Cable Network, Nigeria. I am Charles Philip Owakolam, and with me in the studio is Rachel Ebunu.
I'm Rachel Ebunu. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning to you too.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another day where we give you the latest information around the nation.
All right, talking about information around the nation, the Daily Sun is with me, and it says, as queues resurface in major cities, talking about fuel scarcity, no plan to remove fuel subsidy, says the federal government. That is the leading story, and you will find that on page 8 of the Daily Sun newspaper. All right. IMF rates Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority NSIA high, clears air on sovereign wealth fund. And if you look down, that is a picture of school desks and chairs bearing names of Chibok girls still in captivity of Boko Haram at the 5th anniversary commemorations in Abuja. It happened yesterday, and I can see a banner in the picture saying the agony of Chibok girls, shame of a nation. All right, let's go down to the bottom strip stories. 2023 imposed candidates must be rejected, said Sultan, and is on page 39. I'll keep my promise to bring back Chibok girls, says the President Buhari, as BBOG holds 5th annual lecture in Abuja. That is on page 6. New Senate President Lawan gets APC nod to consult PDP senators, page 44. And the last on the bottom strip, Onogen adopts final address at CCT today. It's on page 4. All right, let's move up just beside the masthead. Northern elders slam Buhari over insecurity. President lacks political will to tackle problems, says the Northern Elders Forum. And lastly, presidency declines comments. You'll find that on page 6. Over to you, Rachel.
Okay, next is the Punch newspaper, and I'll be starting from top of the paper. Nigeria's daily petrol supply now 56 million liters. That's coming from the Petroleum Product Pricing Regulatory Agency. That story can be found on page 32. And on page 2, Zamfara airstrikes. We are compiling dead civilians' names. Emir's reply, NAF. And on page 2 again, Ninth NAS, use 2011 rule book for voting, Enang tells lawmakers. And we go to the next, which is on page 55. Nigeria's Elders Forum backs Dangote, knocks northern governors for rising poverty. And beside the masthead, no plan to remove fuel subsidy, federal government insists. IMF's advice on subsidy poisoners, says Nupeng Pengerson. That story can be found on page 32. And the lead story, 8.7 trillion naira pension fund. PENCOM bars PFAs from investing in bonds issued by 9 states. You can find that story on page 7. And we have these pictures of worshippers processing across the nation in celebration of the 2019 Palm Sunday. And we come down to the bottom strip stories. Jukun Group blames Taraba killings on government inaction, impunity. That story can be found on page 55. And on page 10, police kill 9 bandits, arrest 2 on Abuja Kaduna highway. And finally, cultists on the rampage in Lagos, behead 2, kill 3 others. That story can be found on pages 4 and 5.
Right, okay. Daily Trust newspaper now. Water scarcity raises disease fears in states. And if you look down, you will see a chart representing the water scarcity and some of the causes in some states. I can see Kogi State, Bauchi, Gombe, Katsina. And it says general causes of water scarcity in states: poor maintenance of central water plan, illegal water pipe connections, river deflation due to dry season. Okay, we'll go down bottom strip stories. National Assembly leadership, Lawan orders can meet opposition, says APC, is on page 13. Enough of empty promises, Chibok girls' parents tell FG, page 4. And on page 38, American Airlines extend Boeing 737 MAX freeze. Okay, let's go up. Below the Daily Trust masthead, the Northern Elders, security has collapsed, page 4. And then the Nigerian Air Force airman dies in parachuting accident, page 3. No plans to remove fuel subsidy now, says the federal government. All right, and lastly, Daily Trust reminds us that it is exactly 1,820 days since Chibok schoolgirls were abducted. That is the last story I have on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper.
Okay, the next is the Vanguard newspaper, and I'll be starting from the top above the masthead. External reserves to hit $45 billion as dollar inflow FPIs continues. That story can be found inside the paper. And on page 13, 4,410 sacked workers. Court dismisses El Rufai's objection. Cameroonian citizenship, APC's claim diversionary. That is coming from PDP. That story can be found on page 8 and on page 13. Please free our daughters. Chibok parents beg Buhari. And we go to the lead story. Not now land of bandits, says Northern Elders Forum. Indigenes cry out over secret killings, kidnappings in Taraba. 9 criminals taken out along Kaduna Abuja highway. And Nigerian Air Force deletes bandits logistics stores in Zamfara. Kidnappers of Channels TV reporter arrested in Abuja. And we have this picture of the vice president and his wife at a wedding and some dignitaries. Then below the picture, no removing subsidy, says federal government as fuel shortage worsen nationwide. Nupeng Pengerson urges Buhari to ignore International Monetary Fund, blame it for resurgence of scarcity. That story can be found on page 9. And the bottom strip stories, Kogi West, why I want election nullified. That is coming from Senator Adeyemi, and that story can be found on page 13. 3 Catholic priests escaped death in Owerri. You can find that story on page 15 and on page 8. 9th NAS, APC not opposed to lobbying PDP senators, reps. And finally, on page 8, anti-corruption war, election rigging, worse than stealing. That is coming from Bishop Onaikon. And that is it for here. Okay,
New Telegraph newspaper. Fuel crisis bites harder. Hoarding, profiteering worsen as marketers shut gates. NNPC cautions Nigeria against panic buying. FG, no plan to remove fuel subsidy now. That is on page 4. Okay, let's move up a bit above the leading headline. Dangote refinery to absorb 2,000 engineers. Page 4. Don't undermine judiciary. Onaikon tells Buhari. Page 10. TSTV. Dealers seek refund of 788 million naira deposit. Page 22. Outgoing governors battle for relevance. Page 11. Above the masthead, Zenith, First Bank, Access, UBA, GTB's assets hits 24.6 trillion naira. And the IMF, NSIA transparently run management during outstanding job. Page 10. Let us come down now. That is still a picture of BBOG, empty chairs with the names of abducted Chibok schoolgirls written on them during the 5 years anniversary in Abuja yesterday. And I can see something written at the top of the picture. BBOG, 20 parents of Chibok schoolgirls died of trauma in 5 years. 20 parents of Chibok girls have died of trauma in 5 years. All right, bottom strip stories. How policemen shot lovers in the stomach, head. Lady dies, boyfriend in coma. Inspector, 4 sergeants arrested. Cultists strike in Lagos, behead 4. Varsity students drown in River Benue. You'll find all that in pages 36 and 37. Bigger food portions could make preschool children eat more. That is a research report on page 32. All right, that is last story on the front page of New Telegraph newspaper. And we pause here now to take a short break. When we return, we'll go straight to the sports stories. Please stay tuned.
The word of God is God's instrument for deliverance. The Bible said in Psalm chapter 107 verse 20 that he sent forth his word and he led them from every destruction. All men that were of great generational impact were men who encountered God via the word. In this age of shallow Christianity, where many are no longer committed to discipleship, we need the word of God in order not to be tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine. For true Christian growth and maturity, there is no substitute for the word. Little wonder St. Paul wrote to the church in Colossians and said, let the word of God dwell richly amongst you. The word of God is God. Bible said in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Join me and other men of God on this station weekly as we learn at the feet of Jesus. Wednesday is 2 p.m., Saturday is 11 a.m., and Sunday 6:15 a.m. God bless you.
At the King's Court is a program where we worship and praise the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords through various musical renditions. So join me, Eukaria Ozovehe, at the King's Court every Tuesday by 6 p.m. on this station, and it promises to be exciting and rewarding.
Welcome back. It is still the newspaper review, and in case you're just tuning in, Sports Stories is next.
All right, on Sports Stories, Daily Sun newspaper, page 46. AFCON 2019, Eagles to camp in Egypt. Azroa confirms Ghana friendly. Okay, EFCC petition, I have nothing to hide, says Nasarawa FA boss. Musa, we're in good group, but you have to find the details yourself if you get the Daily Sun newspaper. Right, under 17 AFCON, Eaglets fly past Tanzania. And the Lagos State Gymnastic Association partners global body for gymnastics development. That is all I have from the Daily Sun sports page.
Okay, next is the Punch sports page, and on page 59, I beg your pardon, Salas Turner down Chelsea. And on the 17th AFCON, Eaglets edge Tanzania in 9-goal thriller. Bayern reclaim top spots. And coming down, Sterling Brace inspires City win at Palace. And we go to the next page. On page 61, Woods wins 15 major title. And Huesca hold Barca. Christie suffers broken cheekbone. And we come down, Napoli delayed Juve title celebration. And we have these 29 AFCON group features to find the dates and all. You need to get the paper and know the dates for yourself. We'll go next to the next page, 42. Nigerians blind women team win exhibition game in Enugu. And Scorpion targets Go TV Boxing Star Prize. Finally, table tennis. Ikoko retains ships and ports title.
Okay, on the Daily Trust newspaper, page 47, Woods win thrilling Masters. Salah screamer earns Liverpool vital win against Chelsea. And Eaglets urge Tanzania in Africa under 17 Cup of Nations opener. Semitoje warns Eagles against complacency in Group B games. By the way, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will play Burundi, Madagascar, and Guinea on June 22nd, 26th, and 30th in their Group B matches. All the matches will happen in Alexandria, in Egypt. All right, coming down, Frenchman wins ITF Tombin Open as Dayak Championship serves off. That is all I have from Daily Trust newspaper.
Okay, next is the Vanguard Sports Stories on page 46. AFCON on the 17th. Nigeria overcomes Tanzania in 9-goal thriller. And AFCON draw. Guinea captain tips Eagles as group favorites. AFCON pitches roar against in-laws. And we come down, AFCON draw. Madagascar newspaper dismisses Eagles threat. We will approach every game like a cup final. That's coming from the Super Eagles player Moses Simon. And finally on this page, Puyo lands in Nigeria for UEFA Champions League tour. And the next page, it's page 47. Salah scores Turner as Liverpool back on top. And Palace 1-3 Man City. Sterling edges closer to Footballer of the Year award. Mbappe's dad slams constant rumors about son joining Real Madrid. 3 parties interested in buying Chelsea. And Bright to take charge of Barca versus Man United. And finally, Pochettino, top 4 race. Pochettino, top 4 race will go down to wire. That is it on this paper.
Okay, Samuel Chukwueze's goal moves Villarreal off relegation spot. That is according to New Telegraph, a newspaper, on page 38. And then coming down, Mane Salah slay Chelsea. It was really a big slay yesterday as Chelsea went 2-0 down, and now the table is the top 4 table is open again. All right, AFCON 2019, Lawal EJ won Eagles over tricky group. Tiger Woods wins Masters. CAF under-17 AFCON, Eaglet soar past Tanzania in 9-goal thriller. And then on page 39, Adesanya claims UFC title. Russians told me I wouldn't make it with Nigeria. And that is coming from Odewinge, who recently retired from international football. AJC table tennis tourney, that is Africa Junior and Cadet Championship. Nigeria dethrones Egypt in boys single. And finally, on the sports pages, Frenchman Doumbia wins ITF Tumbin Open. All right, this is where we call it a day. We want to thank you for tuning in. Please join us again on Wednesday as we get you informed. Until then, remember to be holy, for Christ is holy. Stay blessed and bye.
Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN, is your most reliable gospel TV station that brings to you quality TV programming which build your spiritual life and enhance your walk with God through the undiluted Word of God. Join us on our social media platforms anytime you miss your favorite program. Subscribe to our YouTube channel with the address www.youtube.com/ACNNTV and click that video that matters to you.
Protect your vote is a euphemistic way of saying do everything to make sure you can share blood, you can kill to ensure